New cut, new color. New cut, new color. Yes. Shouts out to Slade by the Dawn Productions, darling. I want it to be a little red, you know. I want it to be a little ginger snap-ish, you know, a little dark ginger snap-ish. I told her to make me look like E by You. I told her to make me look like Journey Smollett of the House of Smollets. I mean, yes! My birthday is September 28th. And I was just like, you know, let me give myself a small birthday gift and, you know, get my hair done, child. And so that's what I did. Although I love being a blonde, I will forever be a blonde at heart, darling. It's the fall and it's time to, you know, switch it up a little bit. You know, give the girls changing of the leaves moments. Give the girls autumn. Give them what? Give them autumn. Okay? Okay, so this is Married to Medicine. Let me see. You know, leaving off from where it left off last week, Simone and Quad got into it. In this particular instance, I believe that Quad was in the wrong. She started yelling at Simone out of nowhere, started damn near cussing her out, and I was just like, Miss Quad, where is this shit coming from? Like, seriously. Like, it was very left field. It came out of nowhere. And it was just, ultimately, it was just unnecessary. And I was just like, okay, where do y'all go from here? And, you know, Simone, she left, but then she came back in. She was just like, we talked about this yesterday because Miss Quad started to bring up the crowd boil from last year, but she said it in a way that was offensive. Because you know, of her tone. And then Simone went off and, you know, Simone told her to kiss her ass and all this kind of stuff. So she went home to Cecil to talk about it. And Cecil, you know, he was just sitting there listening to her. And you know, they don't really know how they're gonna come home to come back together from this whole situation. I understand Miss Quad being upset and being mad, but I do think it's time to let it go. There's a lot of grudge holding this season, and a lot of situations on this season is seeming like it's not that serious, but it's like, okay, well, let's hold on to it for a storyline. Because a lot of stuff, I'm just confused as to why you're mad about it. Not just Quad, but just in general. It's kind of similar to the whole thing with Mariah and Jackie. You know, it was about wording. Jackie, when she was doing the podcast with Heavenly, she was like, you know, do you think Miss Quad should have said that Mariah does drugs? Mariah wouldn't have even been upset if Jackie would have just put in there allegedly. Allegedly, Mariah does drugs. Allegedly, meaning that it's not, you don't know for sure. She said it as if it was truth, and you know, now I get it. But still, it's kind of, I don't think the majority of the people give a damn that much. And it's still a very, in my opinion, you know, it's a serious thing, you know, but it's still very minuscule when it comes to, you know, the bigger picture of everything. And Mariah and Jackie has never been that close. But, you know, everybody holds Jackie to a higher esteem, etc., etc. But, yeah, everything could have been cleared up if she would have just said allegedly. Jackie said it as if it was a fact. We don't know whether or not it's a fact. Just like we don't know whether or not Quad actually slept with Mariah's brother-in-law. Ex-brother-in-law. So, you know, we don't know. So, you know, it's just allegedly. It's just wording, darling. Let me see. Simone also had a scene with her sons. You know, she's the only woman in the house full of men, and y'all know men and young boys. They don't clean up after themselves. They barely wipe their ass good. You know, just a pig's nest, basically. And, you know, then they got a dog on top of that. So a lot of times when Simone come home from a long day of work, she has to take out trash. She has to clean up the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. She still has to wake her sons up for stuff. And, you know, she's just tired. She's tired of everything. And it's a little overwhelming. So, hopefully they had a breakthrough with that. Because I can only... Yeah, that would piss me off, too. So I'm here with Simone on that moment. Let me see. Toya, Mariah, and Lake, which is Mariah's sister, had a scene. And, you know, Mariah throwing shade. And her necklace and her confessionals is beautiful. It's Chanel. Oh, come through, Mariah Huck. Mariah. Come through, Mariah Huck. Mariah. Okay. Okay. If you know, Toya talking about she want the 2-3 story closet. If there's any girl that would be befitting of a 2 or 3 story closet, it would be Mariah Huck. Mariah, Miss Toya. Anybody looking to Miss Toya for fashions? Although she is a beautiful girl, you know. No. So they meet up. They're talking. Like I said, Mariah's still going on and on about what Jackie said and she shouldn't have said it on the podcast, all this kind of stuff. She could have called you and confirmed and all that. Jackie don't do Mariah. Not really. You can so tell that she don't be bothered with Mariah. Because she just think that Mariah's mess. She, you know, but she just won't say it. You know, like Heavenly will. Or like Quad will call it out. But, you know, Jackie, she has to keep this energy, you know. Mariah gonna say, because Toya had on the same outfit as Mariah. Mariah gonna say, yes, Toya is trying to look like the junior varsity version of me. Girl, stop. Mariah is a bit. Mariah obviously somebody trying to copy her. You know, but in that conversation with Lake, Toya, and Mariah, Toya she's really being mature this season. She might make a fan out of me. I'm really liking Toya this season. She is really stepping into her stuff. You know, she's you know, she wants to turn over a new leaf with Contessa, which is huge for her because it's a constant battle back and forth between her and Contessa. But she said that she definitely want to she don't want to argue with Contessa every time she sees her, and she wouldn't mind trying to reconcile with Contessa. I was like, oh, that's new. So Jackie and Simone meet up. Jackie bought her woman some flowers. Simone. Allegedly. See how that thing works? Allegedly. And, you know, bought her some flowers, and they were talking. And, you know, Jackie, she's caught in the middle between her and Heavenly. They used to be real close last season. Now times have turned. And she want that whole threesome back together. Simone feels the utmost disrespected by Heavenly because of her coming at her husband. And, well, Cecil came at her first. Basically just quoted what Mariah said about the pressure washer. Then Heavenly, you know, being Heavenly and being sensitive and, you know, low-key insecure, but, you know, you wouldn't know that on the surface. She gonna say back to Cecil, she took a dig because Simone confided in her that she wanted Cecil to start back working and all that stuff. So she took that information that Simone told her in confidence and put it out on the public and, you know, use that as a read against Cecil. So that's why Simone is mad at Heavenly. But Simone made a deal with Jackie. She was just like, if you could settle your issues with Mariah, then I'll settle my issues with Heavenly. And they shook on it. Let me see. So Contessa had a scene. Contessa looks cute in her confessionals. Heavenly looks Heavenly. If you don't take out that blonde wig is so thin and plastic on Heavenly's head in her confessionals. Awful, awful, awful. Y'all make too much money. So Contessa and Heavenly, they meet up. Contessa starts to tell Heavenly that Scott, her husband, is starting to have a little bit of resentment for her and for her going back to school, and the kids is on him now, and he's taking care of the kids more because she's off at school doing tests, just trying to get her weight up, doing her thing. And Heavenly gonna say to her, where's a woman's place? Where's a woman's place? It's with her kids and as a wife. You signed up to be a wife. And women are more natural nurturers. Why did you leave them kids with your husband? He's not built for that and all that kind of stuff. Which I do agree in the sense that there's just something about a mother that men just don't get, and men, there's just a certain connection. There's just a certain power that women have, that mothers have over fathers, that they in a lot of cases they do take care of the kids, I guess, better, even though there's some fantastic fathers out there. But, and I've said this in the past, and Contessa was right. She was just like, you sitting up here, you are almost as successful as your husband, if not on the equal playing field. Like, you're not necessarily sitting at home twirling your thumbs either, raising your kids. So what are you talking about? I guess in Heavenly's mind, she's a worldwide woman, darling. She does it all. She's a fantastic wife, mother, career woman, etc. Not saying that she's not. But in Heavenly's mind, she's the perfect everything. So I guess it's just what she believes. But a lot of, like I've said before, a lot of Heavenly's beliefs and just outdated and tired. She believes that women should be this way, men should be this way, women should say this, men should say this, and that's just it. So she has a very narrow mindset, it seems. So she strikes me as the kind of person that if one of her kids was to come out or wanted to be something that was different from what she saw for them, it would be an issue, a major issue with her. And it's her prerogative, maybe how she was raised, whatever. But I mean, come on, sis. Come on now. So Contessa just pretty much looked at her. She kind of agreed, but kind of didn't. Let me see. Toya and Eugene talked to the kids about the whole miscarriage. It was sad. The cute little boys. One of them was really upset about it. The little youngest boy, I think. Heavenly talks to Alora about dating. Heavenly, she's missing her little girl. Her and Alora used to go around do everything. Alora's now growing up. Alora wants some independence. She don't even be bothered with the dad like that. It's just a natural thing. Kids start to drift off. It's hurtful and it hurts, but get over it. Because I'm sure there was a time, I guess people just, they can't think back that far. But there was a time when you as the parent didn't want to be bothered with your parents either. So it is what it is. Just, pray for them and, definitely monitor what they're doing. But, just set them free, child. They'll come back to you. They always come back, darling. A lot of times people get closer to their kids, to the adult kids, than they do when they are teenagers. Let me see. Quad invites Jackie over. Jackie's complaining about the fact that Quad cooked the home cooked meal, and because Jackie don't cook, child. And, Miss Quad, she's doing her preaching. She going on and on about, Simone and the whole nine. And Jackie was just like, girl, shut up and let it go. Pretty much. She didn't use those exact words, but I did. So Jackie, Mariah, Simone, and Heavenly meet up. To say the least, it was very awkward at first. Super duper awkward. Didn't nobody really say nothing. They ordered their food. Jackie started it off by talking to Mariah, said that, Mariah, if you feel like I did something to you, let me know, like, what's going on. Mariah expressed, like I expressed earlier, that she was upset about Jackie, kind of picking sides, picking Quad side, even though Jackie is secretly on that team. But she's kind of upset about Jackie, saying it as if it was a fact instead of fact checking. And, Jackie, she apologized. She deflected a little bit because, last week in that conversation they had at Heavenly's party, I think, Heavenly's husband party, Mariah was just like, Jackie, you let your slip show, meaning that you let your real feelings show and who you really are. Jackie tried to act like she didn't know what that means. I was just like, Jackie, please. Now cut the shit, Jackie. So, Jackie apologized and Mariah received it. Or at least, appeared to receive it. Whatever, we'll see. So we got to Heavenly and Simone. Heavenly said, I want to apologize to both you and Mariah for any and everything I've done to you guys. And Simone, if you could tell me what I've done. Then Simone started to bring up exactly what she was pissed off about, that she confided in her, etc. Then, Heavenly, she started to get a little petty. Saying, oh, well, your man shouldn't have never did that in the first place, and that's just not what a man do. The same old shit she does. And then, Simone was just like, let's not talk about your man and what your man do. And your man do a lot of things he shouldn't. And, Heavenly, she's very protective over her husband, and it didn't get solved, basically. Mariah and Simone ended up getting up and walking out because it was about to get heated. And, there you go. So, Simone and Quad have not settled their issues. Simone and Heavenly have not settled their issues. Mariah and Jackie, they seemingly settled their issues. And Miss Toya is open to settling her issues with Contessa. We don't know how Contessa feels. So yeah, there's a little bit of mending, but not really. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKeysWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fame. Run me my money the way I get paid. Ooh. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.